Let'sTalkBusiness.com.
And welcome back to Let's Talk Business here on CentralValleyTalk.com. I'm Mike Scott. My next guest, Cal Bynum from the Word of Life Ministry. They deal with alcohol and drug treatment and try to get to young kids before they get into trouble, right?
That's our aim and objective.
Shake my hand.
Certainly,
Good to see you today.
Well, good to see you. Glad to be here.
Before we went on, I was just saying, it's got to be tough for you now that a lot of places are legalizing marijuana. You're trying to keep kids away from drugs.
Exactly.
A kid says, hey, it's legal in Washington and Colorado. What do you say?
We run into that more often, and it's becoming more of a repetitive cycle that a lot of youth and adolescents are using that as an excuse and a reason. They're saying that because it is legalized, that then it really shouldn't be viewed as a problem or a taboo in the community. And so we're trying to interact with our young people to prevent them from getting into the throes of drug use, being exposed to all of the risk environments, and showing them a different way of life.
Mm. But when they're with their friends all day, and that temptation is there, and they may see you, an hour a week or something,
yeah.
Boy, it seems like the odds are against you, or it's a tough fight.
The deck is stacked pretty high. And
so what do you do?
Well, the thing that we are really trying to gear ourselves for is to present the actual program in a way that is acceptable, that is palatable to young people. So
give me an example.
For example, instead of just coming and saying, hey, here's a cigarette, don't smoke, here's liquor, don't drink, here's drugs, don't use them, we're doing it in a way of providing our course lessons with incentives, such as for coming to classes, we present the lessons with jokes, with comic strips, and also with if you attend classes and you do the coursework and you're a very positive participant, you gain points, so you can earn dollars that you can utilize later to go to the store.
Real dollars?
Well, they're actually play dollars, program dollars.
Okay.
And that you can use to go to what we call the program store.
Okay.
And there's items that are donated, bikes, iPads, iPods, that gives them an opportunity to use those dollars and those points to purchase those various items. Also backpacks, material for school, even for some that are in some impoverished areas. There's even clothing that we provide for kids to go to school.
Nice.
And shoes.
How did you convince people in town to donate those things?
There are a lot of people that are willing to do a lot to help. And once you
Thank
show
goodness.
them, there are people out there. And once you present the program to them and your objective of trying to help youth and steer them away from all of the negativism in the street, they're more than happy to do what they can to help.
Yeah. Now, why haven't I heard of your group? Do you just lay low?
Actually, we've been certified in Merced County.
Merced County.
We've been operating there for about 3 years. And so we're now branching in as a satellite here in Fresno County, and we're also going to venture into Tulare County.
Ah, okay.
So the program is growing.
What did you learn in Merced that you can use in Fresno and Tulare counties?
I'm glad you asked that. Merced was basically the type of it's a melting pot. There's so many different ethnicities, so many different languages.
The whole valley.
Oh yeah. And so we really just did it as a mirror to see how this would work. We dealt with Orientals, we dealt with Hispanics, we dealt with various religious groups, different ethnicities, and we saw that it was definitely a program that was needed in all sectors of society. And not only just for the youth, but we even noticed that as the young people were coming, we started attracting the attention of their parents, and even families started coming for counseling. The dad would come in, and it's funny how this all began, because it began as a pen pal ministry.
Pen pal ministry?
As a pen pal ministry. We would write various inmates in prison. And
in the county jail up there?
In county jail and in state prison institutions. And then it branched off from there to the inmates would call us at the office, and they say, hey, I can't reach my family. Can you hook us up on a three-way? So we started doing that. Then it evolved into when they got out, they had nowhere to go, some of them, or they didn't have resources. So there was an opportunity to provide those resources. Then it evolved into, hey, when he gets home, he went to prison for drugs, and he gets home, his child has found a cigarette or found something, and they started, the wife started, and it was just a need for the entire family. So it evolved into now we're counseling, trying to reach the families. Some were put out, they were on the street, and which evolved into also we opened a couple of transitional living homes for the families to have a place to go because they're basically on the street.
Sure.
And so Merced County was the prototype of this program. It working very well there. We had some opposition, of course, with anything you do.
Who would oppose that?
Well, there's there's bureaucracy in everything you do, especially when you're dealing with
Sure.
community organizations and faith-based at that. So we had little hurdles we had to jump through, but we're persevering and we're coming through them.
Awesome. Okay. Well, do you have your office here in Fresno yet, or how
We have
can
an
folks reach
office.
you?
We have an office here. You can get information about our program and our various locations and all of the services that we provide at www.wolministry and the number 1.org.
WOL Ministry number 1.
Number 1.
Gotcha.
.org.
All right. Well, how big do you think you will be in 10 years?
I hope to be just big enough to service everybody that needs the service.
Yeah.
That needs
Not
the
too
most.
big so you've lost yourself in it.
Exactly. We want to be able to reach everybody and be a positive influence in their lives.
Yeah. And don't let that word ministry scare you away.
Don't
right?
let it scare you. It's a program.
It's a program.
It's a program. That's what it is.
Sir, nice to meet you today.
Well, nice meeting you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming in.
Sure, no problem.
Cal Bynum from the Word of Life Ministry, one of our many guests today here on CentralValleyTalk.com.